Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartribhyo Vamshrishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha Sarvopaplavarahitāha Prajnanakanaha Pratyagartho Brahmaivahamasmi Brahmaivahamasmi Om Shanti 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 Om Vedantartha Vibhasakaya Gurave Shantaya Sannyasine Nanavadi Nagendra Sanghapavaye Yogindra Vandyaya Cha Mohadvanta Divakaraya Bhagavatpadabhidham Vibhrate Tasmai Bhashyate Namostu Satatam Purnaya Bodhatmane Sarvatantra Swatantraya Sadatma Vedine Shrimate Shankararyaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha Yovatirna Ihacharya Dena Yatinam Bude Shrimannarayanam Vande Tam Harim Karuna Nidhim Mananakyam Prakaranam Vasudeva Yatishwarai Rachitam Vistarenatya Sangrahena Prakashyate Balanam Upakaraya Mama Vijnana Siddhaye Tatra Shri Balagopala Krishna Sannihito Bhave. In the Chaturtha Varnakam, the chapter that we are about to begin now, the author says, Idanimasya jivasya dukkham cha janma cha karma cha ragadveshadi cha abhimanascha avivekascha ajnanancha iti eteshu purvam prati uttarottaram hetuhu. Now, what is it that jiva has from which he wants to free himself? Dukkham. All right. So this is because if jiva has sukham also, but you don't want to free yourself from that. In fact, you want to keep it, retain it, and increase it. But that what you want to free yourself from is dukkham. Okay. Idanimasya jivasya dukkham cha dukkham cha. So dukkham is the first thing that you see. Now, going by the analysis as what is it that brings dukkham, then you will have to say, well, my neighbor, my dog, my wife, my husband, my children, my job, okay, the government, the systems around, the weather, the climate. Huh? These are not the things that you see. These are also the things that you see, though you see as reasons for your come. Otherwise, why will you say that, my son is so something so, bad that, every time I see him, I become dukhi. Okay. Or he is so good that every time he goes out, leaves because he's grown up. Now he has got to go for a job in another country. And you're going to see him maybe after 6 months or 1 year or 2 years. So he comes and such a kya kari, but then when he leaves, dukkham, and every time you see him also now you keep counting, only few months or few days with him, another 1 week more, as a dukkham. So dukkham is there, jivasya dukkham. What is the karanam for that dukkham? The ordinary people who do not have any viveka are going to say all these things, all other factors, children, and then this and that, and government, and neighbors, and wife, and relatives, and so on and so forth. So this dukkham has the karanam. which is Janma. Okay. So obviously, Jiva has Janma also. Then there is Karma. So, what is the Karanam of Janma? Karma. Ragadveshadi. So, why even the karma that is taking place? Why are you doing what you are doing? Suppose you like listening to Vedanta. This is Punya karma in a way. For Grahastha, this is the Punya karma. For sannyasi, Vedanta is Nitya karma. This is the only kartavyam that he has, nothing else. Grahastha listening to Vedanta will bring him punya. There is punya, of course, over here also, but then not listening to Vedanta, not doing Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam for a sannyasi is the reason for his patanam. But it cannot be the reason, if a grihastha does not listen to Vedanta, it does not make him patita. Okay? Fallen from the grace. Will not make him. But will definitely a sannyasi will fall from that. And so therefore, now this karma, why are you listening? Because, sir, I like to listen to Vedanta. Okay. And then because that is what you like, you will be also, your path will be paved towards it. So now, janmacha, karmacha, what is the reason for the karma? Ragadveshadi. Why even this ragadvesha is also taking place? Now you see, I'm going to give you a very horrible example, but it will, it will take the point home. Okay? There are two flies, house flies, and then they are discussing. Now you can understand what can be the point of their discussion. Because whenever we meet, we also discuss food. Okay? So there are these two flies, and they are discussing. One of them says, "You don't know, cow dung is so good." Then the other says, "Oh, keep quiet. You don't know, horse dung is so good." Now, compare this with two people who are South Indian food or North Indian food. Huh? Now, compare this with those flies, and then you will see what a silly discussion that we hold. Now, imagine, will two human beings have this discussion? Cow dung is good or a horse dung is good? Why? Because the abhinivesha in that deha is not there. Why is there this ragadvesha? Because there is abhinivesha with that deha. Identification with the. So, what is the reason because of which ragadvesha arises? It is identification, abhinivesha. Okay. But why even this abhinivesha is taking place? Avivek, because one does not have discrimination. So he does not have the vivek to see that I am other than this body mind complex. And therefore, because of not having the viveka, what is born from aviveka? Abhinivesh. Okay, what is born? Abhinivesh means some sort of an insecurity also. And that also means identification, having an identity. Oh, I'm that fly. I don't take cow dung. Oh, I take only horse dung. Because what cows are eating all this garbage. Oh, the horses, only horse grand, they feed in their stables. So So this one fly, what is it that you eat? I eat only special food, distillery water. Like that. I don't take ordinary water. You have that variety, na? And that variety is this. Okay. Stable. Now, why? Because there is a abhinivesh, that identification, and therefore abhiniveshascha avivekaha. What is the karanam for abhinivesha? Aviveka. But why even this aviveka discrimination is not taking place? Everybody is suffering over here. Everybody has some sort of an identity, and because of that identity, then he has some sort of raga dvesha, and because of the raga dvesha, obviously there is karma. Because of that karma, there is sharira parigraha, and because of sharira parigraha, there is, what is the final thing that you have in the plate?
Dukkham.
Dukkham. Okay, now you go from here. Dukkham is there because of sharira parigraha. Why is there sharira parigraha? Because of karma. Why is there karma? Because of raga dvesha. Why is there raga dvesha? Because of
Abhinivesha.
why is there abhinivesha? Aviveka. And why is there aviveka?
Ajnana.
Because of ajnana. Now, if you are going to ask a question, why is there a avidya or aviveka? What is the answer? Why is avidya there? Because avidya is not, it does not have a cause. It has a causeless existence. Avidya has causeless existence. Anadi. Okay? And therefore now, eteshu purvam prati uttarottaram hetu. What is purvam? What comes first? Dukkham. So dukkha is purva. What will be led uttara to dukkham? Janma, because of janma. Because why janma? So purvam prati uttarottaram hetuhu. Let it be. Then what, sir? You have given us this whole ladder. How many steps are there in this ladder? Manu?
7 steps.
7 steps. So now your sadhana is also very easy, of 7 steps. Saptapadi. Deal with that one at a time.
Okay.
So if ajnanam is not there, then what will not be there?
Avivekam will not be there.
If aviveka is not there,
Abhinivesam.
if abhinivesha is not there,
Ragadvesha.
if ragadvesha is not there,
Karma need not be done. I mean, karma won't be there.
karma will not be there. If the karma is not there,
no need for janma.
So the janma is not there. Sharira parigraha is not there. And sharira parigraha is not there,
no more dukkham.
Dukkham is not there. So you see, this is how it is. Tatra dukkhadi chatushtayam chaturtha panchama varnakayoho vicharyate. Now, in what are you going to see in the next 2 chapters? 4th chapter and the 5th chapter is the chatushtayam, the prathama chatushtayam. What is that prathama? Dukkha, janma, karma, ragadvesha. This chatushtaya, this group of 4 will be seen by us. We are going to study these in these 2 chapters. Which 2 chapters? So now the contents of these 2 chapters are clear to you. And what you are going to see, study, know. This is what you are going to see. Dukkhadi chatushtayam chaturtha panchama varnakayoho vicharyate. Now the next topic is dukkham na swabhavikam. How many people are having this Dakshinamurti's publication book? You're looking at the PDF. Miravide, what do you have? Unmute yourself first. Nobody has got Dakshinamurti publication?
No, sir. What I have is Vani Vilas publication.
Vani Vilas Press. They also have done this classification of the topics.
Yeah.
Edited. The Dukkham na Swabhavikam and all that.
Huh.
It is there in Vani Vilas too. Achha, so this is Moola Granthakara only has done that, looks like.
Swamiji, I've downloaded from Internet Archive, so it has got this one.
What is it?
So, it is that Subramanyam Shastri.
Subramanyam Shastri's, just find out if you can see Dakshinamurti publication.
Okay, Swamiji.
Achha, chalo bhai. Dukkham na Swabhavikam, this is the topic. Dukkham is there, undeniable. Okay? You can keep on denying, but denying Dukkham does not mean that it is not there. Some people have got this, like the cat, habit of the cat. You know what the cat does? The cat, when it is drinking the milk, stealthily in the kitchen, it will close the eyes. It will close the eyes and start licking the pot, milk. Then it thinks that because I cannot see anyone, nobody is seeing me. पीछे से सामने दूध पीती है चुरा के the cat. So you denying it is not everything. Everything is hunky-dory, nothing is wrong. First of all, acknowledge that thing, the problem from which you want to free yourself. Jivatmano dukkham swabhavikam. Va agantukam iti chet. Because now, what are we going to see in this topic in the next few lines is that this dukkham is not swabhavikam. It cannot be called as something that is natural. We people, when we have arguments, do we not throw that argument? Oh, is it not natural? Is it not natural to be unhappy? Is it not natural to be angry and all? No, sir, it is not swabhavikam. That is the answer. Then when you are already calling it natural, then you want others also to sympathize with you. Oh, these people don't understand and how. But it is not natural, bhai. Like that. Dukkham na swabhavik. Jivatmano dukkham swabhavikam va agantukam va iti chet. Is this dukkham the very nature of jiva, or is it something agantukam which comes and goes and which is coming from outside, or it can be said as something which is not from his own nature? Okay. Jivatmano dukkham swabhavikam va agantukam means something which has arrived because of a reason, because of a nimitta. If that nimitta is not there, dukkham will not be there. So when you are saying swabhavikam, it is not swabhavikam. All that the author means is that it is not arising from the very nature of the jiva, that he for no reason becomes unhappy. Dukkham is not because just it comes without any reason. So you require some reason, some nimitta. And if that nimitta is gone, dukkham will also be gone. So if the nimitta is not there, naimittikam also will not be there. And therefore, how is dukkham? Is it swabhavikam or agantukam? This is the question that is asked. Iti chet, if this is your question, agantukam iti jneyam. What should be known about dukkham first of all is that it is agantukam. And this is the real nice good news, that dukkham can be eradicated. Why can it be eradicated? Because it is not swabhavikam. But we are also going to see the Purva Paksha holding the view that dukkham is swabhavikam, and he will be duly answered by the Siddhanti. But what we presently will see is that dukkham is agantukam iti jneyam. And what is the good news about it, sir? It means that whatever that dukkha may be, no matter how uh, deep that wound is, what is the thing? It is all agantukam, which means it can go away, it can be eradicated. Agantukam iti jneyam. Chalo. Swabhavikam iti ched. So this fellow, the Purva Paksha says, sir, suppose we assume that it is swabhavikam, that it is natural. Natural means arising without any reason. What do you mean by natural?
It's the characteristic of.
Without any reason. Do you ever question why the monkey jumps?
No.
But then if there is some person who starts jumping like a monkey, you will ask the question, na?
Yes,
Why?
sure.
And because he has practiced. You know, I was somewhere in Haldwani once, many years ago. And in these small Himalayan regions, then there are various kinds of Mahatmas. So there used to be one Mahatma who used to sit in one smashan. So somebody said that Swamiji, we should go see him someday. We went. So then he started telling me things that there is another Mahatma, he's a Siddha. I asked him why, what does he do? What do you mean by Siddha? He said that there was a huge rocky mountain, massive, tall mountain. He says this he starts climbing up and down this mountain like a monkey, not even like a bear. In 5 minutes is down. That which may take us 1 or 2 hours to reach in 5-10 minutes is down. He jumps that fast, and then he comes and sits over here, has some rickshaw, and then again starts jumping, goes up. Goes up. They call Siddha. I said, what Siddhi is this? Huh? What? This Siddhi will work better in a circus. What Siddhi? Even if it is, what is the use? Jumping on the mountains, what? परमात्मा मिलेगा, चित्त शांत होगा, क्या होगा इससे? इंद्रिया शांत हो जाए, क्या होगा? Well, but now you can question why that man is jumping. But if same thing was done by a monkey, will you ask a question why? Why? Because why will you not ask? Because that jumping is something natural, without any reason.
Swabhavikam for monkey.
Swabhavikam. But say suppose if a monkey from the mountain comes with a tie and coat, bag, starts walking to you, what will you say? Hey, monkey is going to the office, huh?
That is our
Go
Swabhavikam.
fast, otherwise we'll miss the bus. You've got to catch the train or bus. Are you going to tell that monkey that? Hey, look what he's doing. Why? Because that is not swabhavika. So that what is with reason is not swabhavika. That what is without any reason is swabhavik. So then that what is with the reason is because of some nimitta. So if that nimitta comes, even that behavior will also come. If that nimitta is not there, that behavior will also be not there. Okay, agantukam, like some mother-in-laws have to say about their sons. Huh? Swamiji, since my daughter-in-law has come, he has changed. She only polluted his mind. Otherwise, he is very good. So, what is the nimitta? Agantuk, that behavior, what is the problem is agantukam. जीवात्मनो दुःखं स्वाभाविकं वा आगन्तुकं वा इति चेत् आगन्तुकम् इति श्रेयम्. Purvapakshi is asking swabhavikam iti ched. Say, suppose if we assume that it is swabhavikam, then aneka doshaha santi. If you say that, what will happen? That this assumption of yours will be ridden with many defects, faults, wrong conclusions. What will happen? Aneka doshaha santi. Got it? What are those doshas for what? Not daughter-in-law, mother-in-law and all that. You drop that thing. For what? If the dukkham is considered to be swabhavikam, if you assume that dukkham is swabhavikam, it will be having several
Doshas.
defects, faults, wrong conclusions in it. Got it? Doshaha santi. Tat kathamiti chet. If kathamiti, if you are going to ask, how come it will have what you said does not have doshas? What I say has got doshas or what? Katham, how? Iti chet, if this is your question, then asya jivatmano dukkham swabhavikam chet dukkha nivrittihi kadapi na syat. Are bhai, asya jivatmano dukkham swabhavikam chet. If this dukkham is going to be swabhavikam, natural, then what will happen?
We have to prefer living with it.
Not only that,
Uh,
dukkha nivritti will never take place.
uh,
So even if you have that acceptance and all, that acceptance means that you stop opposing it so that there is no more friction, conflict. And that absence of conflict would mean acceptance and peace. But so that means that dukkham, it is no longer dukkham if it is peace. But if dukkham itself is considered to be swabhavikam, now there is no way you can escape this dukkham because it is your swabhav. It is your, so therefore dukkha nivritti kadapi na syat. There is nothing under any circumstances or because of any reason the dukkha nivritti would ever take place. Kadapi na syat. Then sir what? Sukhamapi kasyapi na syat. And then nobody, whether it is any good jiva, bad jiva, nobody will ever experience sukham, ever. No matter which state, whether you are in Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti or Samadhi, dukkha, sukham will never be experienced by you. Your dukkham can never ever end. And this is what will happen if you assume that dukkham is
swabhavik. If dukkham is
swabhavikam.
swabhavikam.
This assumption has got this first very defect. Then satkarma, yoga dhyanopasaneshu kasyapi prayatno na syat. And why will anybody even strive for any satkarma? And that satkarma means that it is a strife, is not it? That every form of satkarma demands that you curb your vasanas, that you regulate your ego, that you expand, let go your uh, raga dveshas. Is not it? Only then satkarma takes place. You are you remember that story from Mahabharata of the golden mongoose? Suni hai? Have you people heard? K. Sundaram. You heard this story?
Yes, sir. Yes, Swamiji.
You have heard, right? It's a very interesting
Yes,
story.
yes.
In that, what happened? Bhaskar, you've heard?
No, I don't remember, Swamiji. Maybe I've not
Okay,
heard.
listen, this is very interesting. Why I'm telling you this story is because now this point has raised that nobody will ever be encouraged or to undertake any satkarma, good deeds, noble actions. That person will not do. What happened was this Yudhishthira, after all this, was performing that yajna, Rajasuya yajna. Then suddenly people saw a very strange sight. There was one mongoose, Nevla, Nakula. What do you, what is it called in your language? What do you call?
It is Kiri in Tamil. It is Kiri in Tamil.
You understand mongoose, right? Mongoose. हाँ? तुम्हारे यहाँ पे क्या बोलते हैं? नकुला. Nakula is Sanskrit word. So this one Nakula, this thing came Nevla, and it started rolling in the leftover food of all the guests in the Yudhishthira's yajna. It was rolling like that. But the thing was that this Nakula, half of its body was golden and half was natural mongoose color. When people saw such a Nevla, they were surprised. So they asked Shri Krishna, what is this matter? Mamla kya hai? Then Bhagwan said, ask him. And that mongoose spoke. He said, many years ago, there was, in this very land, there was some famine that came. There was one Brahmin family living with man and woman, and they were living with their son or daughter. And there was no food. One day, with great this thing, and this because he's a Brahmin, then he goes for bhiksha only, na? So he got one piece of roti one day, and already 4 people to eat. And as this whole family was just going to about to bite on that, one guest comes, unknown person, and he says, "Sir, I am hungry." And all the people, the daughter, son, wife, they gave their portions, making it one whole roti for the guest to eat. The guest ate the food, drank the water, went away. But this mongoose said that when I entered into the house, there were these small food particles which were lying on the ground, and I rolled and my whole body turned golden. Half body turned golden. And therefore, I want the other half also to become golden. And so I thought that Swayam Dharmaraja is doing this yajna. And therefore I will try my luck over here in Dharmaraja's yajna, whether there is the dharma of that order is there or not. Now you see, even to do any noble action, one will have to give up his own vasanas, one will have to give up his own ragadveshas, one will have to give up his ego, and only then some noble action can take place, satkarma can take place. But now, here the question is, why even do the satkarma? Any which ways your dukkha is not going to go. Dukkha parihara is not going to take place. Why dukkha parihara is not going to take place? Because it is,
The assumption is it is swabhavikam.
if it is swabhavikam, then might as well, just keep on doing whatever you are doing and it's not going to make any difference. And therefore, satkarma, nobody will do. Yoga, that even to follow the practice of yoga, samadhi practice, it's, you will have to give up other things. You will have to regulate your food. You will have to regulate your sleep. You will have to regulate your interactions with the world. And only then samadhi abhyas can take place properly. Doing whatever one wants, going whatever where one wants to go is not going to help the samadhi abhyas. Therefore, this yoga is also not possible if you consider. So even if you do all these things still and sit in the samadhi, dukkha will be there. Then why sit in samadhi? Recently my mother passed away. It was the early days when I had come back home because my father was, what do they call it, paralyzed. And so I had to come and take care. And so I was obviously a Mahatma. And then I stayed and I was looking after. So, and then there was TV in my father's room. So my mother used to watch. Then one evening she got very irritated. And she said, every channel, one Baba is sitting. On every channel, one Baba is sitting. And even if I close that TV, you are sitting outside. Now, you see, then what is the use of seeing the TV? If I have to see a Baba only, then you are sitting already over here. Now, if I have to see the Dukkham, and then that Dukkham is going to be also present in the Samadhi, why will I practice Samadhi which is attained with great difficulty? You see? So, if Dukkham is Swabhavikam, will anybody even take to the Yoga Abhyas? No. Upasana issue? Will anybody even take up Upasana or something like Kasyapi prayatno na syat? Now there will be no prayatna for Satkarma, Samadhi, or even Upasana. Veda Shastra Puranani cha Vyarthani syu. And the entire, the bulk of all the Shastras, Veda Shastra Puranas, Shastra means Shat Shastras, what will happen to that? Vyarthani syu will all be in vain, useless. Kaun kare? Why? What is the use of all that? So these are the various doshas which will be there in assuming that dukkham is swabhavikam, it comes naturally. Some people, their brain structure is such that they will become depressed only all the time genetically. No, you cannot be free from dukkham because genetically you are, hey, whatever, genetically or not genetically. Dukkham is agantukam. Okay? You understand? Ah, so iti jani. Now next. Nanu dukham swabhavikam astu tannivrutyai cha prayatnam karotu iti chet. Now this swabhavikam pakshadhar is coming up with one more argument. And he says that, sir, let this be swabhavikam. Though something can be swabhavikam, it can be mitigated through effort, through a proper way. It can be mitigated. So how does he say? Nano dukkham swabhavikam astu. Let's keep that assumption that dukkham is swabhavikam. Yet, what will happen? Yet, tannivrutyai cha prayatnam karotu. Let a person then strive even to change that what is natural. That is also possible. Kadapi etanna sambhavati. So the Uttar Pakshi or the Siddhanti tells him, Kadapi iti chet, if this is your question, Kadapi etanna sambhavati. This is not possible. Why is it not possible? Sir, you are total pessimistic, no? You are what? Pessimistic. Why are you pessimistic? Because you are saying that, dukkham cannot be mitigated if it is swabhavikam. That's why. Hey, I am pessimistic or you are pessimistic. Out of you tell who is pessimistic, you or me? The one who is saying that dukkham is not swabhavikam and hence it will be mitigated, and you are saying it is swabhavikam and therefore that prayatna is going to mitigate. Who is pessimist over here? Huh? Tan nivrityai cha kadapi na sambhavati. That's not going to be possible. Why? Swabhavikasya swaswarupatha. Because that what you are calling as natural, swabhavikam, means the very nature, very being of that object or the person. Okay? So swabhavikasya swaswarupatvat. Swasya swarupam. What is this swaswarupam of a pot? Clay. Okay. The pot, when you are making the pot, you can say, well, the pot is round. I want it little elongated. You can change that. But, I want a pot, the same pot, but remove the clay from it. Can you remove the clay and keep the pot? So therefore, swabhavikasya cha swaswarupatvat. Let it be swaswarupa, but it still can be changed, mitigated, eradicated. That dukkham is swaswarupam. You are giving it a new word to swabhavikam. That's all that you are doing. So we are saying it is swabhavikam. And to that swabhavikam, we are giving a new word. And what word are we giving it? Swaswarupam. What difference is it going to make? It is swaswarupam. So then, but it still can be eradicated, mitigated. So swaswarupanashartham kova prayatnam kuryat. How can anybody strive to destroy himself or herself, whatever? How can anybody strive to destroy himself? Not possible. Swaswarupa nashartham. Oh, but then, the dukkham will go away na, with that. But then who is going to experience the absence of dukkham if you only are not there? For whom is that absence of dukkham? Just absence of dukkham is not the thing. Absence of dukkham, and then you should be there to experience it or not. Let it be Swaswarupanasha also. And Prayatna still will be there. He says Swaswarupanashe sati Purushartha bhavasya. Purushartha bhavaha. There's no one to experience it. And therefore Swaswarupanasha does not have the quality of Purushartha. What quality does it have? What property? Purushartha bhava. Abhava is there. What is Swaswarupanasha carrying? Absence of Purusharthatvam. Okay. Just like the pot has potness, the pot has roundness, is not it? All these properties belong to whom?
Pot.
To the pot. Like that, Swaswarupanasha will also have one property. And what property is that? That it has Purushartha bhavatvam. Got it? Mira Bhide, you are able to see that sentence? Nahi hai pustak. Very good. All of you, we are very, very, all of us are Vedavyasas, real, what they call, disciples. Nobody requires books. Wow, wow, wow. All Brahaspatis only. Then, Swaswarupanashe sati Purushartha bhavyat. Swabhavikam eva swaswarupam kathamiti chet. Okay, now he has agreed to one thing, that if something is called as Swarupanasha, it cannot be held as it cannot be held as Purushartha, because Dukkhanasha is Purushartha or not. But Swarupanasha, can Swarupanasha be also called as Purushartha?
No.
Why? Because it has Purushartha bhava.
Purushartha bhava.
What does it have? Purushartha
Purushartha
bhava.
bhava.
Why can't the horse be called as go? Guy or cow? Because the horse does not have gotvam and also has gotva bhav. Go bheda is there or not? Go bheda is there in Ashwa. Like that, this Swaswarupa Nash, what does it have? Purushartha bhav. Purushartha bhav and Purusharthatva. Can it sit together? Can you say that the cow has gotvam and gotva bhava or go bheda?
No, they both are mutually exclusive.
Exactly, both are mutually exclusive. Like that, Swaswarupanasha has got what property?
Purushartha bhava.
Purushartha bhav. Dukkhanasha has got what property? Purusharthatvam.
Purushartha bhava. Purushartha, not abhava.
Purusharthatvam.
Purusharthatva.
So it has the so Dukkha bhava can be called as Purushartha because you want it. Dukkha bhava can be called as Purushartha because it has Purusharthatva. But will Swaswarupa also be called as Purushartha? Swaswarupanasha be called as Purushartha?
No.
Why?
Because Swaswarupanasha will lead to Purushartha abhava.
Because it does not have Purusharthatvam, plus it has Purusharthatva bhava. Got that whole thing? Therefore, Bhaskarji, you getting it or not?
Yes, Swamiji, yes.
Yeah, very good. Unni? Everybody's catching or not? No, otherwise, go to sleep. Huh? Don't go to sleep. Another 4-5 minutes. Therefore, now he changes his narrative. And so he has understood, you know, Swaswarupanasha cannot be called as Purushartha. But what has allowed you to say that Swabhavikam is Swaswarupam? If Swabhavikam cannot be called as Swaswarupam, then Swabhavikam can be destroyed. And since Swabhavikam is not Swaswarupam, destruction of Swabhavikam will become Purushartha. You understand now where he is leading that whole discussion, how he is taking it through? Or you want it to be simplified?
Yeah,
Go by the steps.
I got confused here.
No. Chalo. See. Now, how has the argument descended, developed? That what is Swabhavikam is Swaswarupam. That what is Swaswarupam cannot be destroyed. Why cannot be destroyed? Because nobody will desire to destroy it, because Swaswarupanasha has got Purusharthatva bhav. Got it? Up to this point.
Yeah.
Why has this come? Because Swabhavikam is called as Swaswarupam. Okay. But he now says, if this Swabhavikam can be something different from Swaswarupam, then will your line of conclusion still continue then?
No.
If Swabhavikam is considered to be something different from Swaswarupam. Got it? Swaswarupam does not have Purushartha. But if Swabhavikam is called as something different from Swaswarupam, then Swabhavikam can be destroyed and yet it will remain Purushartha. Got it all? Jayama, are you getting it or not? I think you people are saturated now. Okay. Huh? Audio, you people are not able to listen?
No, we are able to.
Only Unni is unable. He is able to listen, but his
Unable to respond.
Yes.
All right. Chalo, koi baat. Come back. Let me simplify it. Now he says Swabhavikam is Swaswarupam. Swaswarupam cannot. If you are talking about destruction of Swaswarupam, then of the very being, that what is the nature, nature means being. Then nobody wants to destroy his own being. That cannot be called as Purushartha. Okay. Chalo, theek hai. But say suppose if we are able to see that the Swabhavikam and Swaswarupam are two different, then destruction of Swabhavikam can take place and yet it will be Purushartha. Got it all? Chalo. Now here. Swabhavikam eva Swaswarupam kathamiti? Iti chet. Hey, if this is your question, then we will explain, and he explains with an example. Let us read that. Gudasya madhura gunaha swabhavaha tasya madhura gunasya nashe bhavitavye gudasya eva nasho bhavet. Now, he gives an example. Good means the jaggery. What is the property of jaggery? Madhura gunaha.
Madhura.
Sweetness.
Sweetness. Is the property of
Guda.
good.
Good.
हाँ,
Guda
मराठी में
Apupam.
गुड़.
Guda.
आप क्या बोलते हैं पप्पू क्या?
Guda Apupam. Guda.
सुनाई मुझे सुनाई नहीं देता मैं भी. हाँ, गुणस्य मधुर गुण स्वभावः तस्य मधुर गुणस्य नाशे. And say, suppose if somehow you are able to take away the madhura gunam, the property of sweetness from that lump, and now you have that lump with you, will it be still called as guda? Mitti hai wo. It is like a chalk powder. You understand? Will it be called as jaggery?
No.
It will no longer remain jaggery. Gudasya madhura gunasvabhava. Tasya madhura gunasya nashe bhavitavye gudasya eva nasho bhavet. So now that Swarupa Nasha, he is giving you an example that how Swarupa and Swabhav are, these words are synonymous.
Inter.
How these words are synonymous is showing. Madhura Guna of the Guda, of the Jaggery, is what? Swabhav. Correct? The sweetness of Jaggery is what? The nature.
Nature. Swabhava.
It is Swabhava. Whose Swabhava?
Good
Of the Jaggery. It is the Swabhava of the Jaggery. But somehow you are able to extract that Madhura Guna, Swabhava. Will it be now called as Guda? Will it remain as good?
No.
No.
No longer. Oh, I want to use good in my, cooking thing, whatever dish that you are preparing. Will you use that? My husband, he has got diabetes, so I should be using this good without sweetness. करोगे क्या? So swabhava is swarupa. Good itself is destroyed if the swabhava is destroyed. So in destruction of swabhava, swarupa is destroyed. And therefore now swabhava and swarupa are equivalent words. Got it?
Yes.
Ah. Now, if you have reached up to this point, how are we going to apply this example and the conclusion to our present discussion of Swabhava and Swarupa of Jiva?
Of Dukkham.
Let us see that when we meet tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashkutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murtibheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namah Parvati Pataye. Har Har Mahadev.